welcome back to Tomi's, where you already know it's your girl Tomi, and I am back with another video. Subscribe. Oh my god, it has been literally way too long. But guys, I'm telling you, my time here in Kobe has not been without fault. There has been so many things happening and my life was literally twisted upside down. So there is literally so much to talk about. So I figured, why not do a Q&A? And I put out this question sticker a while back and you guys asked a lot of questions. I have the questions here on my notes app. I got these questions from Instagram and YouTube, which is where I put up the question sticker so everyone could get a chance to ask me questions. So I guess we're gonna talk a little bit about mental health, a lot about moving, and so many other things because you guys had a lot of questions. And of course, I gotta keep my homies in the loop, and that's on period, honey. So yeah, it goes without saying that this video is going to take a while. You have on here, what is it? 34 questions. So y'all might need to grab some snacks. Luckily for me, I have mine right here. Thanks to Boxu. At time. Have you ever felt for a taste of Japan, especially in these times when our traveling abilities are really limited? No worries, because Boxu is here to take you on a gourmet journey throughout Japan. If you don't already know, Boxu is a premium Japanese subscription box service which delivers original assortments of snacks and tea pairings. So you don't only get like a snack, you get a tea to go with it. Can you believe it? So every month you'll get a box with a different theme and the snacks will always be different. For example, this month's box celebrates Otsukimi, and if you don't know what it is, Boxu already has you covered. So it says, take part in this centuries old celebration known as Otsukimi, or moon viewing in English. Gather together with these tasty Boxu snacks to honor the brilliant autumn moon. So they don't only give you the snacks, they let you know what's up, what we're celebrating, and basically everything about the box that you will get. So it's not just a snack journey throughout Japan, it's more of a historic snack journey. Yeah. Also, Boxu is the only Japanese snack box that partners with 100-plus-year-old family snack makers to deliver Japan exclusive snacks right to your door. And if you're in the US, you can get free shipping straight from Japan. Finally, y'all know I had to secure a discount code for the homies. So you guys can use code TOMIES10 to get 10% off your very own authentic Japanese snack box subscription service with Boxu. So don't miss out on this amazing snack journey through Japan. I'll leave the link and the code down in the description below and also in the pinned comments. Anyway, let's get back to the tea. So the first question on the list is, how did you feel when you first moved to your new city? Did you feel out of place or not? So when I moved to Kobe, I did feel a little bit out of place. I am not a city girl by any means. Like, I've said this so many times, but in Jamaica, I was in the countryside. When I came to Japan, they put me in the Inaka, and I quickly got used to it because even though it's Japan and Jamaica, the countryside was something that I was definitely used to. So when I came to Kobe and there was like a lot of trains and buses come like every 5 minutes, the train and the subway runs like every 3 minutes, I'm like, what is this foreign place? I wanted to call my dad like, father, we made it, because you guys knew back in Yamaguchi the train was a struggle. But here, oh my god, and I'm not even gonna lie, I was definitely so overwhelmed because I'm like, it's a little bit too fast for you, girl. You guys need to slow down with this. It's not you know what? Question number 2. Do you have any regrets, whether it's planning or second thoughts? To be honest, I do have quite a few regrets, and I'm not even going to lie. So far, I have not been having the best of times in Kobe, and and I just gotta tell you guys about it because no cap, I'm gonna keep it 100. So I don't want this Q&A to become a rant, but if you guys want to hear like the entirety of this tea, just tell me, because I'm looking for any excuse to just rant and get this off my chest. But basically, there has been a lot of hiccups in Kobe. There are a lot of things that are way different from the things that I was used to back in Yamaguchi. And I'm not just talking about fast transport. There are a lot of things that are just kind of out of whack here in Kobe. I feel like a lot of things could be a lot better, so it makes everything way more difficult. However, my schools are definitely one of the good things about being in Kobe so far, so I have to give thanks for that. But as I said, guys, it's a lot. I'm trying to like skim around it so I don't get into the deepest of details, because if I start, I will not finish, and this is just question 2. So if you want the tea on what's been happening in Kobe, just let me know, because I have a lot to say. Question number 3. What was the hardest part about moving? So the hardest part about moving was definitely saying goodbye. Goodbye to everything that I had known for 3 years. Goodbye to all of the people who I had come to like call family, all my friends. I mean, it's not necessarily goodbye because they are still in Japan, well, some of them, and I could always go and visit them in their home countries, but it's difficult because you used to live right next door to these people. Like my friend AJ, my girl Charlotte, they were literally like an hour and 30 minutes away from me, respectively. Like one is an hour and one is 30 minutes, you know what I mean? And now Charlotte's back in Scotland and AJ's in Hawaii. Like everyone's all over the place. Those were like my girls, and now they live in different countries. But like definitely one of the hardest parts about moving was saying goodbye and like knowing that I might never see a lot of these people again. Like I'm a very sentimental person. I don't even know how, because like I'm a gangster, like I'm a sentimental gangster, like gang also, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm trying to stay tough because I can't be crying in these streets, but also, oh, guys, it was a mess. Not even the packing was as difficult as like saying goodbye, but the packing was not a joke either. Question number 4. How did you find your new apartment, or was it left by previous jet? So my apartment was actually given to me by the Board of Education. They provide apartments, but you could choose to get your own apartment. But I was going through so much with the moving and everything. I was like, you know what? If they provide apartments, then I'm just going to take that. Probably not the smartest of decisions, but that's how it went. So yeah, I did not find my new apartment. My new apartment was given to me, and when I say given, I don't mean like I don't pay rent, because my rent is a lot higher than what I used to pay in Yamaguchi. So yeah, I still pay rent and all of that, but the Board of Education provided this space for living. Okay, question number 5. If you could do something differently to do with moving, what would it be? I would definitely say I would start a lot earlier. I probably wouldn't because I am a procrastinator, but while I was in the situation, I was like, why didn't I start earlier? This would have been so much easier. But I know that if I went back, I wouldn't change anything. So it's kind of hard, but that might be my one thing where I'm like, if I had started earlier, moving would have been a lot easier. Question number 6. Did you choose your placement? Funny story, I did choose my placement. So when you ask for a transfer on JET, they ask you to give 3 different choices of where you would like to be transferred to, and I selected Osaka, Tokyo, and Kobe was my 3rd choice. To be honest, I wasn't really looking for a transfer. I was looking for a way to get out of Japan. I really wanted to leave, and my dad was being very logical, to be honest. He was saying that if I left Japan right now, then there would be no job opportunities because of the panoramic. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I still didn't want to listen to him. So then I put like 3 cities that I think would never accept me, because big cities rarely accept transfers. And then Kobe was like,
Mimi, I want her.
So then here I am. Next question, please. Did some of the overwhelming parts of moving make you rethink your choice? In the the process of moving, even when things were overwhelming, I just kept thinking about the fact that I needed change, because I'm still not ready to talk about all the things that actually went wrong with Yamaguchi, why I decided to actually leave. I mean, it's a story that I hope that one day I will eventually be able to tell, but right now it's still too fresh. But every time when I would second guess moving, when it got a little bit overwhelming, like all the things that had gone wrong were so bad that I just knew that even moving wasn't difficult enough to make me consider staying. And I just kept thinking about like going to somewhere new. I was excited to come to Kobe, even though it wasn't really what I had initially wanted. I figured like maybe when I get a change, it would be a nice change of pace, a nice change of scenery, and I would probably be like into Japan again. So even when it got overwhelming, I never really thought about not moving, but I did think a lot about why wasn't I moving back to Jamaica, but not about not moving. Next question. How far is your apartment from the city center? Shotgun, I would say I live about an hour outside of the city center, but that's just by car. I'm checking Siri. Siri knows everything. Oh, it's a 40-minute drive and 50 minutes by train. So it's not that bad, because I do not wish to live in the city center. Not even gonna lie. Next question. How expensive were your startup costs? Rent, key money, furniture. So luckily for me, my startup costs weren't that much. Well, not yet. Because initially when moving into Kobe, I didn't have to pay any money. They kind of deferred the payment of rent and key money and stuff like that until October, and I'll have to like pay for August rent, September rent, and also the 4 days that I lived in this apartment before the start of September. So like the 4 days in July, I have to pay for those days. Yeah, so the startup costs weren't as expensive, but when I do have to pay it, it'll be about close to 200,000 yen. Next question. Initial impressions of Kobe. So for Kobe itself, I'm not mad about it. It's really nice to be in a city that is convenient. If I want to go somewhere, then it's very close. If you guys have checked out my Instagram, then you guys know that I have been doing stuff, especially with the visit of my friend Kira recently. So it's nice to be in a city that is really connected. I can go anywhere. Transportation is swift. But again, I guess the opposite side of that would be that I feel like people are much more cold here. For example, I saw another jet on the train and I was like, hi, just trying to make friends because I don't know anyone here. I'm like the new kid, and I'm in this awkward phase where I'm the only new jet right now, or at the time when I came in. There were only 2 of us, but the other girl lives with her amazing husband over in Osaka. So basically it's just me. So it's like being a transfer student and everyone else has already been in school for forever. Then you're a transfer student and like no one really wants to mess with the transfer, you know what I mean? I do have 2 amazing friends, Ashley and Theo. I've talked about them on here already, but other than that, yeah, it's been hard with the friendship thing. So yeah, on the train I waved to this girl, this ALT, and she just gave me like a really cold nod. She was like, and she just kept it pushing. And I'm like, well, I guess it's not like the knockout here where everyone is just like, oh, another foreigner, hey! Nope. So I've seen her again on the train, but I tried to like keep my distance, and now I'm so scared and nervous. I never call to anyone I see on the train. Trauma. But the thing is, Kobe City is amazing and I like my schools. So Kobe City itself, love it so far. Next question. So a lot of the questions on here were like, what real estate company did you use, and are they foreigner friendly? How did you navigate finding a place in Japan? But I didn't find my own apartment and I've never done it before, so I really don't have any advice for stuff like that. But you guys can check out my girl Sunday Love. She did a series where she was apartment hunting in Tokyo, so that should give you some insight. But I didn't have to do that, so I have no idea how that is done. Next question. Are you hoping to meet that boy in the city? Child, I'm not hoping to meet any boys in the city. I want me a grown-ass man, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Next question. Are you still at Jet or a dispatch company? Definitely still on Jet. I just did a transfer, which I'm very lucky to have gotten because transfers aren't a thing that happen. So the fact that I got a transfer was super like lucky, I guess. Not really a moving question, but I do hope you're feeling mentally well these days. How do you deal with missing your home in Jamaica? So this isn't a moving question, but I did decide to add it in here because I just wanted to talk about mental health a little bit because you guys know how I'm big on that. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been suffering a lot recently with mental health. The changes have not been the best, as I've said, and there have just been a lot of things that have been really difficult. I mean, I don't know, I just kept feeling like I wasn't welcome here, and there were just so many things that were going wrong. I just plunged into this deep dark spot where I was like, I should have gone back to Jamaica, shouldn't have stayed here, hated everything, I just wanted to leave so bad. But things are on the come up. I'm just deciding, making a decisive effort to be happy regardless. That's all. Next question. How much would you say having a car in Japan helped with moving? Child, Sexy Sherry saved my life with this move. What did I say? Sexy Sherry saved my life. And that's on period. As I said, when I came, there was nothing in my apartment. So I had to like go shopping for stuff to put in the apartment. And I don't know how I would have done it without a car because my housing now is on top of a hill. Everywhere is below that hill, right? And you have to get like clothing racks to hang your clothes on. I had to like run to Costco, 2nd Street, Off House, and all of these places. And I mean, I know that you could have done it with public transportation, but it would have taken so much longer and been so much more difficult. I just hop in the car, stop at 2nd Street, then hop in the car again, stop at Off House, don't have to wait on anything. And anything that I buy, just throw it in the car, head on my way. That was so easy and so convenient. Y'all, having a car, definitely recommend if you're gonna be moving. Even though, don't get me wrong, it's expensive. Because there are a lot of papers that you'll have to change the paperwork. I had to change my license plate to a Kobe license plate. I had to like get a lot of paperwork done because I had to change the parking spot from Yamaguchi to Kobe and all that. But it's still worth it. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit hungry. It is now 2 p.m. so I'm gonna take a snack break. I don't know what I'm feeling to eat. This one's from Totori. Let me try it real quick. It really reminds me of Jamaica, like something I would eat in Jamaica. What is it reminding me of? Oh, it's that biscuit. That biscuit from Jamaica. It's weird because it's yellow, but it tastes just like strawberry. Oh, it's pear. Y'all, that was good. Chotomate. Woo! Yes, child. Baksu came in with the clutch. Okay. Next question. If you wanted to, could you have paid for them to pack up everything, including providing the boxes and other materials? Yes. I definitely could have. There are options in Japan where people can come in and pack all your stuff, and I kind of regret not doing that, but just a little bit, because like they're professionals. Did you see how fast they packed my iron and like my board and stuff like that? Anyway, first and foremost, I couldn't afford to, so it's not like if I wanted to I could have. It's very expensive. Anyway, next question. Was it easy to manage the entire moving process, like finding a new place, calling movers in a country like Japan? Hell to the no, child. When I tell you doing anything at all in Japan is difficult. Moving, luckily for me, my JTE was a really good friend of mine, so she did a lot to help me, and like both my JTE and my supervisor did a lot to help me. They called the post office to find out which forms I needed to get to sign up so that I could move and still have my mail delivered to this apartment in Kobe. They brought me to the city hall. My JTE called the movers. She helped me like go through all of the different movers that I could get and then pick the one that I liked most. And it was not a little bit. We went through like 4 different companies and she had to translate all of it into English just for me. I definitely could not have done it on my own. Most of these sites don't even have English translations. If it weren't for them, I would have been 1,000,000% overwhelmed. But they had my back, side, front, and corners, which is why even now I'm still in contact with a lot of the teachers from Yamaguchi, because like if it wasn't for them, I would have still been in Yamaguchi. Crazy loco. Next question. Do you think it's possible to live in Japan with a low level of Japanese skills? Child, I am living proof that you can live in Japan with no Japanese. When I came here, I only knew konnichiwa. They were trying to tell me, oh, do you know how to say good morning? Oh, hi, yo, gozaimasu. And I'm like, child, ain't nobody got time for that. Y'all know that when I came to Japan, I spoke no Japanese. And even now, I barely speak any Japanese still. But in next month's uploads, I will be doing a series where I am going to try to learn Japanese in 1 month. Which is super exciting because like, I don't know why I waited 4 years and I don't know why I think it would take me a month. But if you guys are interested in that, then you definitely should subscribe right now because that series is coming up next month. But yeah, you can definitely live in Japan with low level Japanese skills, and that's on per. Next question. Does your new place cost the same or more? My new house definitely costs a lot more than my old house. The cost of my new apartment is the same price as the cost of my old apartment, including the rental fee for my parking space. So I would say it's a lot more. Next question. When signing the rental agreement, did you have a translator present to complete the process, or was there an option to have the lease written in English? Actually, I had about 4 different people in the room, but yes, I did have a translator who translated everything. It was a person that was provided by the Board of Education. They came in and tried to translate a lot of the things that the person from the leasing agency was saying. Next question. Old location versus new location, which do you like more? Which has more opportunities for shopping, for clothes and food, etc. So there is no way that you could compare Yamaguchi and Kobe. And I don't want to get all sad and like cry, but Yamaguchi is about mountains, the beach, Naka life. It's very slow. It's a different pace, a different style, a different vibe from Kobe. But Kobe also has its appeal. It has stuff that make you say, oh, we're in Kobe. This is the city. And when it comes down to shopping, I feel like both places still offer the same variety because I didn't move to a new country. So all the shops are like still the same. There's not much variety when it comes down to plus size shopping in Japan. So you just can't compare Yamaguchi and Kobe, child. Next question. Oh, this is our last question. What's it like living abroad? Do you ever get scared? I am scared all the time. Living abroad is great. I'm not gonna lie. I have learned a lot of things through living abroad because I am from a third world country. You guys already know that. 100% Jamaican 876, and that's on period. Anyway, you can ask about me, revolutionary Tomi, straight out of St. Thomas. Yeah, sorry, I get a little excited when I talk about Jamaica. But you guys know I'm from Jamaica. So living in a third world country and then moving to a first world country was definitely weird. A lot of things are different. There are a lot of things that I had to relearn and stuff that I just had to get used to. And yeah, living abroad has definitely opened my horizons, made me know that a lot of things that I thought was impossible are definitely possible. It's definitely not the easiest, but I wouldn't change this experience for anything. Okay guys, you didn't ask this question, but I wanted to talk about it. How much did it cost to move in total?
Anyway, that was definitely a lie. Y'all did ask this question.
So, moving cost. And I don't know what it is in total, so I'm just gonna talk about it and then we'll just add them on the screen and see if we can get a good total. So I guess the first piece of moving cost was the boxes, which you don't have to buy. You could definitely get boxes from the supermarket. Anyway, so the first cost is moving boxes, and those cost me around, I'm gonna say 3,000 yen. The second thing that I had to pay for was the moving truck, which cost me 32,000 yen. Then the toll to Kobe, which was like altogether maybe 15,000 yen. Then when I got to Kobe, that's where we started dropping the big bucks because I had no furniture in my apartment. So shopping at IKEA was 100,000 yen. Then I bought a lot of the furniture secondhand, which was like 40,000 yen altogether, because the first trip was 20, but then I kept going back for the smaller things. And I'm gonna put a thing there for like miscellaneous, which is gonna be like 50,000 yen for things that I am forgetting. So yeah, all together, I guess the sum that we ended up paying for moving is going to be right here. Okay guys, so that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed me answering your questions. I don't know when I will do another Q&A, but if you do have questions, leave them in the comments below and I will try my best to answer. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. By the way, now that the store is closed for the Tomi's World merch, I want to give a huge shout out to every single person who bought a piece of merch. You guys are literally the best. Literally. Okay, guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Mwah.